Hard. Okay, just brushing off the dust over here. It's been a while. Okay, so you guys, I'm so excited for May. I know it's May 5th already, but couple things to note, and I know you guys have probably heard some of this. Um, but April was crazy. So April was a month of a lot of growth. To nobody's surprise, our team grew, definitely outpaced the growth overall, which is super exciting. We grew 147% in April to the previous month. So that's really cool. And the reason I like to share that is because that's a cumulative effort of everybody on the team. And so when you look at that number, those are numbers that you can start to apply to your business because typically you kind of follow suit in like the culture and the organization and the environment that your business is in. So we grew 147% last month, added 33 new team members, and it's just crazy right now. I think that we have such a cool space of different leaders, people with different backgrounds. We're going to be doing another event this month. I know we did one in April that I think was fairly successful. So we're going to do that again that Emily's going to touch on in a little bit. Um, but just the energy and like where this team is, I think it's so cool that like we're all just kind of doing this as like normal human beings. And that's one thing that feels so different to me than it ever has before. We're like, we're all just normal humans who are kind of flying under the radar, but we're having massive success. And we kind of like it that way. It's got like this really cool kind of feel of just like the right people and it's all happening really organically and it's been a lot of fun. So a couple of things that I want to share with you guys if you haven't heard this yet or if you are listening to the recordings, I know a lot of people are going to. One of my favorite things when we talk about Benieve is that 86 per hi Clint. I like your sparkling suit jacket. That was one of my favorite photos I saw. Sorry, I'm sidetracked. That was nice. One of my favorite things about Benieve is that 86% of people who try it buy it. And I think that that's really important for not only us, as I see a lot of people who have been doing this I act like we're seasoned. It's only been like 2 months. But also for new people to know that you have a product where 86% of people who try it buy it is really powerful. And that we have no inventory issues here, that we don't have to help with things that are like sizing or things that are going to change. Like we have a product that's instant impact that people are going to feel within the first 10 to 15 minutes. So when you have an organization that is debt free with somebody who's been in the business for a long time, with somebody who understands how to run the business from a financial perspective, and you have a product that works that people feel in 10 to 15 minutes that they know is clean and natural, we're really in a time where so many people are craving that. I think when you put those things together, you have a nucleus for something that's so powerful. And then for a bunch of people in social selling who see this opportunity, like we have the option to either lean in right now or lean in a little bit or lean in a lot. We know the company works and we know the product works. So when you're in a space like that, 50% commissions on new customers. I've been with two companies prior to this. Both great experiences, but this is just a lot different. It's a lot different. And just how quickly it works, how quickly you can see compensation, how quickly you're getting testimonials from people who are saying, I feel like myself again. It's just a cool thing. I waited 14 months, unfortunately, to do this, but I have been using the products for a year and a half. And 14 months in, I was like, okay. Jesse's like, you have you looked at the comp plan? And I was like, I don't know, sort of. And I looked, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. So, anyways, here we are. And I just want to make sure that everybody in this organization feels super equipped. That if you have a question, you throw it in the team chat, you text me, you text your upline, you get an immediate answer. Like this truly has been such a game-changing experience. So, anyways, we saw massive growth in April. We're going to see bigger growth in May because we're already on track because I'm weird and I track things like that. But 5 days in, we're tracking higher than we were tracking 5 days into April. And I truly think whether you're here to earn $500 or $5,000, or you genuinely just want to help moms because we know, or people in general, men or women, because we know how well these products work, that's a great place to be. So, April was really big. 86% of people who try buy, 70% of those people are going to be on subscription because they end up loving the product so much. We're launching new products. There's just a
Mhm.
lot of really great things going on. So with that, Emily and I had a conversation today. We ran the Elevated Living Weekend Experience last month. We're going to do that again this month. And we'd love if you guys want to be a part of it. Awesome. If not, that's okay too. But just like I know Allie did a video, a live video in the last one. But if you want to step up and do one of those, that'd be great. But we're going to run that, and I'll let Emily touch on that a little bit, the dates and kind of what that's going to look like. But truly, you guys, if you didn't hit star last month, this month, I 100% with my whole entire fiber of my being. If you want to do that, you can do that. If you want to hit Rising Store, we'll help you do that. Like it's here, it's happening, it's crazy. But Emily, if you want to chat a little bit about the event that we have coming up, and then we will
Mhm.
get you guys the link to that. While Emily shares that, she's going to briefly touch on invitation language. I'm going to quickly screen share. You can screenshot or take a photo of my computer just to have invite language so you have it handy when you want to use it. Then Allie's going to touch briefly on her takeaways from regional. Rachel, you can too if you want, because I know you were there. And then Jesse's going to talk a little bit about the X24 challenge, and we'll go from there. But I'm really excited, you guys. This is truly like nothing I've ever experienced. So thanks to Jesse for giving me a kick in the pants. Okay, Emily.
Did we decide the 15th or the 14th to start? What do you think?
What day did that fall on?
That the 15th is a Thursday, so
Yeah, and then
like
through the
Thursday to
9th.
Saturday and then kind of extend
Yeah,
into Sunday because we all know
yeah.
extensions need to be. Okay,
So
so
that'll be a week from this Thursday, the 15th.
yes. So yeah, we're looking at doing, or we're gonna do it May 15th through the 17th, and then we'll probably extend into Sunday to end because that's really we've found in other events that we've done that Sundays are where your orders are gonna come in. People are just have more time. But these events that we've done, and I've done them, like Leah said, I've been in two other companies. They are huge. They're huge for sales. They're huge for recruiting because not only does it educate the not the patients, educate the customers, but it also shows our community and our team, and people see that and they want to be a part of it. And it's just so huge and important. So just do it, even if you're like, I don't know, I don't have time. That's okay. We're going to do the bulk of the work. Like, this is like the easiest thing you can do for your business. The only thing we want you to do is invite beforehand, and we will give you sample language for that. And then just kind of be somewhat active during those 2 days, whether that's tagging the people that you've invited and then following up with them. You don't have to worry about the posting. Like Leah said, if you want to go live, we would love to have you. If you want to share your testimony, we would love that, but do not feel like you have to. Like we want to make this simple for you to so that you guys have the success. Um, and the last one we did was crazy. And people also, I just think it's always nice for my customers to kind of hear other people's perspective. Like they hear from me all the time in my group. And sometimes like what Leah might say might catch their eye, or what Jesse might say, or Allie, or any of you guys. What any of you guys, your experience might catch one of my customers' eyes and vice versa. So it's just going to be so good and we're excited for it. So we will provide you here with some sample language inviting. So, what I do is I would go through, first of all, if you have had anybody order, for sure get them in because they might expand on their products and it just keeps them engaged. And then reach out to new people. So, anybody who's liked your post, anybody who has showed any interest whatsoever in the past, just simple invite saying, hey, we're doing this. It's going to be educational. Would you like an invite? And you can copy paste or just make it sound more like you. Like these are samples. You do not have to use these, but I cannot stress the importance enough of reaching out to invite one on one. Don't just add them to the group. They're just going to see that if you just add them and they're going to be like, what is this? I don't know, and not pay attention to it. So, one on one inviting is for sure where it is, and posting in your group or your page or whatever it is, because you'll get some people that'll comment. But inviting them one on one is huge. So, um, yeah, you can use these to kind of help guide you if you're stuck on what to say. And then we'll probably do some giveaways again, which that's always fun. Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. And it'll
Okay.
be quick and clean. The other really neat thing
Yeah.
about that is if you guys decide, I know, some people are like pro party, some people are anti, but if you choose to have events for people, you can always take the content from here. So please know that
Hmm.
any of the graphics, any of the verbiage, tweak it to sound like you. But that's all stuff that you guys can use. If you're part of this event and you're like, wait a minute, I have two customers who are head over heels. I'm going to ask them if they want to do an event like this, and maybe I'll give them
Hmm.
a free duo if they hit X amount. That's a way that you're going to grow your network, right? It's called network marketing. So obviously, we want to introduce this to our warm markets and we want to penetrate that and allow people to understand the goodness of it. But then
Hmm.
we also want to make sure that we can extend from that. So if we have a customer that we really are loving it and we're like, hey, like this might be out of left field. I don't know if you've ever considered this. Like you could be an influencer and make 50% commissions on all new customer sales. Or if you wanted to try having a 48-hour event, I will run it for you. This is what it's going to look like. You just invite 10 to 20 people, and I'm going to give them a white gloves experience so that your market can also understand that there's opportunities to feel as good as you do. So I think
Hmm.
that's one way where, and then you're like, well, shit, now what do I do? Well, you have this event that we just did. You can take those graphics, you can take that literature, and you can duplicate it with your spin, obviously. So those are just some things to think about, especially if you have new teammates. Like, we know that's one thing that people run into is kind of this wall of like, I've told everybody I know, and you're like, well, like, this is Emily's gonna be like, you're so dumb, but like, Google how many people live in the United States. Like, the second that you're like, I'm out of people, literally Google how many people live in the US, and you're gonna be like, so humbled. You're gonna be like, oh, my business could be so much bigger. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of sometimes thinking, how can I expand this? So, no, I think that's perfect.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be great.
They're my favorite things to do because it just, yeah, like I said, it shows our team dynamic and it's just fun.
Yeah. And our team dynamic is pretty awesome.
Yes, it is.
We don't have to go through it right now, but so many of you guys have such amazing backgrounds. One thing that I did in the beginning was I highlighted Jesse and Emily because those were two people I started this business with, and then Allie as well because I got to know Allie. But if you're like, hey, this is me, this is my sponsor, I have like a graphic where I can personalize it and put a photo of you, your sponsor, their title, why that's important. If you ever wanted to do a public post one day of, creating kind of brand awareness for your team and like why join Benieve and not only Benieve, but like why join us? So if you guys want that, I'm happy to do that for you. Let me know. Also, I'm gonna spill over to Allie for a second so she can kind of share some of her takeaways. In the meantime, if you guys want to share maybe in the chat what your goals are for May, go ahead and drop that in there. Maybe new customer, if you're looking to build a team, new influencer, and I don't know, volume or whatever your specific goals are. But we know that a number that we know is a number tracked is a number that grows. So you can drop that in the chat if you want. But Allie, do you want to share? I have such bad FOMO that I can't even like.
I
I was
know. I
like, I
was
was like,
so
I kind of want
sad.
to see everything, but also I'm dying of FOMO in here.
And Rachel, you can share too if you want, because I know
Yeah.
we talked, we shared a room together, so every night we would like chit chat about because we both came from the same company before,
Okay.
and so it was interesting to both see our takeaways. So I've been in network marketing for what, like 8 years now, and when been with Benieve for 2 months. Honestly, this weekend was an experience unlike no other. So I've been to events with my previous companies. And after I left, I just felt so overwhelmed, exhausted, like overstimulated, essentially. And leaving after this weekend, I just felt so fulfilled. So like my cup just felt full. And I felt like I was in the right place. Being in a room with what, 350 people who all have the same goals, but all feel like family is weird, but also incredible. Um, and when the CEO comes up to you and gives you a hug and looks you in the eyes and says, "I'm so proud of you," it's I never had that before, right? Like, and it's genuine. It's not like, "Thanks for making a lot of sales." It's a genuine,
Yeah.
true compassion. And Rachel, I know you're like, yes, I feel the same way. I can tell by your face. Um, so my biggest takeaways was that essentially we are all one and the same, right? So from the top person in the company to everyone else. Everyone's on the exact same page, and I didn't feel like anyone felt or acted any superior than anyone else. Everyone's here to help each other, and it was just great. Like I wish it lasted longer, honestly. Like it was a whirlwind of 2 days, but
Awesome.
it was
And
amazing.
Allie, you've had a lot of success early. I mean, you've
hmm
been, how long has it been?
I,
Like,
I think 2 months, yeah, I think 2 months.
what do you feel like has helped you have such fast success?
So I had a hormone healing group and content before, so I'd already was focused a lot on hormone healing and talked about it a lot.
Yep.
And so I basically used that and that leverage to carry me through, but I'm sending out a ton of samples. Like I put samples in anyone's hands that I can get them in.
Yep.
And I didn't believe Jessie when she told me the sample conversion rate, but I would say my conversion rate's like 90% of people who have tried it bought it from me.
Insane.
Um, and so I was like, this isn't true, but whatever, it's just a sample. Well,
You
it's
walk
true.
us through your sample process?
Yeah, so I typically send them, I have these cute little like holographic bubble mailers, and I send 2 sticks and 2 capsules, 2 power of 3s.
Okay.
Um,
You
with a
don't feel
cute
like a
little
drug dealer.
what? I don't feel like no, I don't feel like a drug dealer.
Somebody was like, "Do you send capsules?" Because I feel like I'm like dealing, and I was like, "Well, I
I
mean, send it to like people you know. I wouldn't like randomly put it
right to like
in
a random
plastic."
person. I feel like if I put the powder in a tub, like I would definitely feel like a drug dealer, but I don't. I don't. And then I send like a
No
little
wonder
thank you
why Allie's business is booming.
drugs. Just kidding. Just kidding. Um, I send a little like thank you card with my QR code
Okay.
on it so they can just scan that if they like are lost to follow up or whatever. Um, I do have there are some people, of course, who like have had the sample packs for weeks and haven't tried it yet, but they'll try it. Like I had one girl finally try it and ended up buying it after 2 months. So it'll sit on their counter and they'll try it eventually.
So samples, that's your
And Rachel's the same way.
awesome.
She sent out like way more than I have, honestly. Like everyone has gotten samples.
Awesome.
But that and tons of conversation. Like my
Yep.
posts, honestly, I look at my stories and my story views and reach out to those people. And then just the amount of people who have reached out being interested is pretty significant. Like I would say I get a couple, like maybe 5 a week,
Okay.
of people reaching out to me just by me talking on my stories about the products
Consistently too, because you're very
every
consistent. Like I will
every day.
say, you are so consistent and not in a way that's like, but it like you're so genuinely consistent. And I think that that builds so much trust when people are like, "Oh, Allie didn't just talk about that for like 7 days. It's been every day for 6 weeks. There's got to be some validity behind these products."
For sure. And it is hard. It's hard for me to like rework my story sometimes, right? Like how I felt and how I feel now and
Yeah.
changing it just enough. But I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm authentic and being genuine.
Mhm.
Like with my last company, I did not feel like when I shared, I felt very robot-ish.
Okay.
And I didn't feel like I was sharing because I loved it. I was sharing because I wanted a paycheck.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like I'm truly sharing it because I love the product so much that I want other people to feel like I feel. And that carries over, right? Like
Yeah.
people see that, people feel it.
Well, you're
So
serving people. Like you're
exactly.
service.
Right.
You
Right.
can feel that in what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. And just the energy you like when I talk on my stories, I try to make myself like I'm obviously excited about it, but I make that carry over in my tone and my
Yeah.
speech.
I love it. If you guys don't follow Allie, make sure you do that. Rachel, are you willing to share a little bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Awesome. She just like,
Um,
yeah, put me on this. Like, great.
I'm down for it. This weekend
Thank
was
you, Allie.
amazing. I had never met anybody other than Allie because, like she said, we're from the same company prior. And I just felt like even stepping in, I was one of the last ones to get there on Thursday. And as soon as I got there, I felt like they were all my friends already. And we were just talking at the dinner table. I mean, not the last night, but 2 nights before, I guess Friday night, me and Clint and Jesse were playing sausage in the hot tub in the pool. And it was such a good time. Like I felt like they've been part of my friend group for forever. And we talked about our kids, and I literally just sent them a video of my son walking for the first time, and it like brought me to
Oh,
tears. But like that's the connection that you build when you are actually genuinely doing something that you love and you feel the passion for it, right? Like we prayed over money and then threw it on the floor for the hotel guests. Who does that? Like that's something out of body experience. And I was sharing it with my team. I'm a teacher. I was sharing it with all of them this morning, and I got chills like talking about it, and they got chills talking about it. And I'm like, some of them have been with me since I started my last company, and it's different. And I keep telling them it's different. And that's like the only word that I can use to describe it, because there's nothing else that like resonates. Like it's just the feeling you get when you're around everybody. The products are amazing on top of all of that. And everything that we talked about was uplifting others. And it was about others, not about how we can bring more people just to bring more people. It was
yeah.
about how can we serve others. And that's always been my mission. That's why I became a teacher. And I feel like this just gelled really well with that. So thank you, Allie and Jesse, for bringing me in. And I'm so excited to be on this team. But that's it. And I talk really fast, so I apologize.
I love that. You're so efficient. Your passion is like 100%. That's amazing. Rachel, where do you live?
Um, Currently I'm in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia, but I will be moving at the end of this month, actually, to Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay. I thought there was maybe a move coming up.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we will pray that you get through your move swiftly and quickly and all the things.
Yeah.
Also, I saw your like improv, like kind of singing, dancing. Incredible. I was like I want to like get up and do it too from my little kitchen by myself. Okay, thank you guys for sharing. Your businesses have been absolutely so much fun to just watch, and your energy and your willingness to share has really been inspiring. So, perfect. The meeting will end in 10 minutes. I need to upgrade this thing. That's just enough time. Okay, so Jesse, hi. How are you? And Clint, hello. I want to start just by thanking you, Jesse, for all of the time and energy that you have given everybody. When I started this, I probably and still ask Jesse 100 questions like every 2.6 days, and she always is answering and willing to help and talk me through all the things that I need, not only business-wise, but also just some of the stuff that's been going on in the last couple of years with us. So thank you for making this all possible because your yes meant all these other yeses. So I genuinely appreciate you, and I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll cry. But anyways, if there's anything you want to share outside of the X24, is it X? Is that what we call
Yeah,
X24? If
X24.
there's anything you want to share outside of that, I mean, feel free, but there's 9 minutes and the floor is yours. But thank you so much.
Awesome. I just want to clarify that playing sausage in the hot tub, it was
Yeah, what
pig.
is
It was pig, but then we were so terrible that we upgraded it to sausage. They had a basketball hoop, so it was like playing pig, but then
Oh, I
there
mean,
you go.
like, yeah.
Lauren was smoking us, Brad and I, in pigs. We're like, okay, we're changing it to sausage. And then she was spanking us in sausage. We're like, okay, we're gonna have to add another word into that to make this game a little longer to give us a little bit of redemption, but we didn't.
Yeah.
She kicked our ass.
Yeah, it was a good time. The other thing that I wanted to mention from the event, probably one of the coolest things to witness. So one thing I like to do on our team is pair people with pace partners that are really, really similar to them. So Rachel, I paired with a girl, Tabitha, and they both were there. They both got to go on stage and get their pictures taken for hitting rank. They were both like cheering for each other. Like it's like final buzzer right before the end of the month. It was just really cool to see them on stage together doing that. And just getting that recognition. So, and now they like have met face to face and can build that relationship. And now they're just going to continue to grow in their own businesses together and have a cross-line buddy to run with. So that was probably my other favorite thing. So you guys, X24, this is such an incredible way to leverage your business. I cannot even put into words the amount of value you get. So, first of all, in order to enroll, you just need to buy a trio. It can be any trio. Your customers can get a trio. So, like, my most common trio for people is either going to be the Limitless Trio or the Wellness Duo plus the Gut Health, because it just solves so many problems that people struggle with. But same as you always do, you find out what their problems are, you offer them a solution, you put them in the customer testimonial group, and show them why this is going to be different for them. In the X24, you have these incredible industry leaders in personal training and nutrition who are coaching our customers for free. Like, find me a place where you can get to work with not only one personal trainer, but an army of personal trainers for free. They give them nutrition advice, they give them workouts, they do live workouts. There's so many giveaways. Judy is the most generous person when it comes to giveaways. It's insane. And the results that your customers get during that are just bananas. And so I literally grow my business X24 to X24 to X24. And at Regional, they announced that we are coming out with an app that allows people to live Benieve. So there's going to be workouts in the app. There's going to be nutrition advice in the app. There's going to be recipes. Like, so much greatness is going to be inside this app for people to use. And just in typical Judy fashion, she's like, I'm not going to make this unaffordable. It's going to be something like $9 a month after X24 if people want to continue in the app, if they find value there. I don't know if it's going to be out for this particular X24, but that's like Judy's overall vision, is that people can come on at any point and start their own X24 challenge. But if they also want that community feel and that accountability, there's going to be thousands of people doing this with you. And it's so cool to see and talk about getting testimonies to share in your stories and to share with other people. So if you're not currently registered, you need to be, because it's so cool. And even if your goal isn't weight loss, like for me, my goal this X24 is to get my butt out of bed in the mornings. Like, it can be any type of habit that you're trying to stack during those 24 days. But it's something, it's so incredible. And I love when they put on these challenges for people.
That's awesome. Because at first it seems a little overwhelming when you're like, I've never done this. I don't know what this means. But essentially, it's like a gift with purchase, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
it's a
sure.
huge gift with purchase. I mean, like to say you have a gift with purchase and the gift is, and then describe the challenge, you know?
Yeah. It would literally, like, for the amount that you're of trainers that you get and the workouts that you get, it would be like hundreds, if not thousands, to hire people to get this type of information. And you get like such an amazing workbook that goes with it that you can keep. Like, it's just really, really cool. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to do it.
Yeah, I like, oh my gosh, I did my first. So, again, I'm not a weight loss story by any means, but like, even my transformation from just consistently moving my body and tracking my progress, and then it just attracted more people to me because they kept seeing me show up more
Yeah.
consistently in my own journey. So, and then you will have people who are like, I missed out on this one. Then you can put them in on the next one, like continue
Yep.
to grow your interest list. And then after this, you guys, we have new products launching mid-June, which is also going to be bananas for the business. So just so
Awesome.
much craziness happening right now.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's truly been just nuts to watch how all of this has been unfolding.
Mhm.
And simple, like it fits, it works. It doesn't feel like you're like swimming upstream.
Yeah,
So different than where we've been.
that
Does
is a
anybody have any questions? We have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. Does anybody have any questions or anything they feel like they need more clarification on or support in any way? If it's a smaller team call and you want a face on there, like whatever it is. If it's you want to run an event for your team and you want, I'll sponsor the giveaways, like whatever you guys need. There's already so many great resources to plug into and to lean into. It feels like like we have everything we need, but if there's anything specifically, please don't hesitate to reach out because I know the growth that I've seen in the first 3 months. And like if I can do that, like anybody can. It's truly just stupid. And then, like you see like Emily's checks. I was like looking, you can kind of see your downline if you go into some of your business progress. And like one of Emily's weekly checks was like $864. And I was like, this is crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
So I've only been in it like 2 weeks, I think.
I'm so excited for you, Kelly.
So like during the day, so I'm a telehealth school nurse. So we're at the end of the school year, so we're losing summer of schools because I have schools all over the US. And so I have a little bit more time. So I have some time to like listen to trainings. Where is a good place to just go and like dig in more, I would say like educational in terms of the product. So when people are saying like, these are my problems, I can say this would probably be a really great way for you to go. And then I did get, when I made my purchase, I did purchase so I could have the packets to send out, like to give samples and do samples. I kind of heard like a good idea is to send some of the capsules with. I had only gotten my own personal, but I'm like happy to buy
Yeah.
another bottle to be able to use. So was just curious about like where I can go education wise to really like listen to some things and then sampling.
Jesse, do you care if I defer that to you just because I don't mislead here? Because to be honest, I don't probably know I know where I go, but what would be your recommendation on the best?
So every single person, I actually have them go to the Accelerate Customer Testimonial group. There's a video that's pinned in the featured section from Gabby Merle. She's a herbalist and acupuncturist. She covers all the products. So it's like so easy for me to be like, here, go watch this. So I'm not explaining it over and over and over to everybody. But also, Kelly, if you wanted to hop on a call, I'd be more than happy to like literally go through everything with you to share. Like if someone comes with this is what I'd recommend and why.
Would that be a good team call? We
Yeah,
have 30
absolutely.
seconds left. Jesse, how long do you think it would take to do that?
All,
Without any
like
questions, like just pure educational.
10 minutes, 15 minutes,
Perfect.
not long. Yeah.
We can schedule that. Kelly,
Yeah.
I'll make sure you get tagged in that